2, 1. Let's hit starter reset. Great. Back to our regularly scheduled programming since last Monday was a holiday for some. Anywho, let's start with our usual breathing exercises, getting in the headspace for yoga. So find a comfortable sitting position. Sit up nice and tall, lengthen your spine. You can close your eyes. Let's take 3 centering breaths together. So let's breathe in through the nose. And then long breath out. Let your shoulders sink back down. Okay, number 2, let's breathe in. Feel your chest expand. We sit up a little bit taller. And then long breath out. Feel the air as it exits your lips. Okay, last deep breath together. So let's breathe into the nose. Then relax as you exhale. You breathe naturally. Let's relax our whole body. Let's start from the bottom this time, just for something different. So starting at your feet, notice how your feet feel. Maybe they're tired from the weekend, maybe they're not. But if you're sitting cross-legged like me, notice how they touch your mat at the bottom, touch your shins at the top, working your way up to your shins, your calves, to your knees and your quads. And then to your bottom where you're sitting on against your mat. Okay. To your hips, and then to your back and torso. Just relaxing the whole lower half of your body. And give me a big belly breath here. And then feeling it contract as you breathe out. Okay, let's do the same thing with our chest. Nice big inhale, followed by a big exhale. All right, then to our shoulders, our arms. Taking a moment to notice how your arms feel. What your hands feel, whether they're resting gently on your knees like mine, or clasped together in your lap. Right, and back through our shoulders and our neck. Maybe wiggling our head a little bit. Stretching out for a moment or two. All right, and then let's relax our whole head. So relaxing your face from your jaw to your cheeks. Then relaxing your eyelids and your forehead. Last few moments, relaxing your whole body. And let's take one last deep breath in. And let's open up our eyes as you exhale. Readjust the light. Hop off my block. Let's get one for our spines. Let's turn counterclockwise. Okay, pressing the right hand into the left knee. And then pushing to the floor behind you with your left fingertips or your left palm. Turning the chin in towards the left shoulder. And see how far back behind you can look. Okay, and really twist a little bit further every time you breathe out. And next exhale, let's unwind. Oof. Get ready for the other side. Okay, twisting clockwise. Ooh. Feel your neck stretch out too. Okay, give yourself one last push. And then come back to center. Oh. All right, let's get the side. So let's take both arms and reach up towards the ceiling. Nearly reach. And let's start on the left. So plant the left palm down. And then reach over your body. Excuse me. Your right arm. Ooh. And low to your right hip. Maybe one last really far reach with that right arm. And let's take that left hand back up top. Let's drop the right palm down to the mat. And reach the left arm towards the upper right hand corner of the room. Ooh. And make sure there's no bend at the elbow. Keep the left sit bone planted. And one last reach here. And then we'll bring that right arm back up to the top. And bring both hands back to center. Let's get the inner thighs. Ooh, so bring the feet together in front of you. Bring the heels in. The knees drop. And then just lean forward. Ooh. And every time you breathe out, see if you can lean a little bit further forward, or the knees drop down a little bit more. And maybe notice a new blister on your foot. That's lovely. Or at least skin falling off. No one needs to know that though. All right, let's round out our back and reach your fingertips on the floor in front of you. And just you slide slowly, reaching a little bit further with each breath. All right, give me one last reach forward. Really feel those inner thighs. And then we'll sit back up, bring the knees together. Let's stand up and get our lovely hamstrings. Ooh. Okay, find your wide stance, toes facing forward, legs are straight. Reach the arms slowly up. And then let's swan dive forward until we come down all the way to the bottom. Okay, legs are straight, looking back behind you. And if your palms or fingertips are on the floor, see if you can push yourself towards the back of the room. Get every last millimeter out of the stretch. Okay, let's go for stage two. So let's clasp the fingers behind your lower back and then reach your arms forward. Add a little shoulder action, shoulder stretch to the hamstrings. Whew. tell I skipped yoga last week, but that's okay. Anyhow, give your hands one last reach towards the front of the room. Really feel those shoulders. And then release the hands back down to the ground. And let's plant that right palm on the floor. And reach and extend the left arm up towards the ceiling, opening up the left shoulder and your chest, turning the chin up towards the ceiling as well. Okay, remember to breathe. And then let's bring that left palm back down to the ground. Let's switch sides. So that left palm is pressed into the floor. Right fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling. Okay, open up your chest, open up the right shoulder. See how far up you can look. And let's bring the right arm back down. Let's let the upper body dangle, let the arms dangle. Let's do our slow 10 count to straighten up. So let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Oh, let's bring the legs together. Let's do a neck stretch. Let's do 2 neck stretches. So let's start with a chicken wing on the right. So grab your left wrist behind your back and then lean your head over towards the right. Ooh. Ooh. And let's tilt the head back, turn the chin up. Let's roll the head gently forward as we look down at the ground. Back to the center position. Let's straighten up your head and let's switch sides. So grabbing the right wrist, dropping the head over to the left. About you, but this side seems to feel tighter this morning. So let's hold this one for a little bit longer than the other side. All right, let's tilt the head forward, look down. Let's get the back of our necks. And then let's lean the head back as we look up. All right, and then back to the center position and straighten up your head and you release the right wrist. And let's get the second neck stretch. So let's try to reach for the ground with all our fingers and then drop the chin to the top of the chest. Let's roll the head to the right. Okay, and then roll your head over to the left. Your chin should be rolling against the top of your chest, kind of getting the back of our necks as we do so. Okay, let's roll back to the right. We'll hit each side 3 times. Okay. Back to the left. And one more set here. Back to the right. And then last time here to the left. And then bring your chin back to the center. And then straighten up your head. Let's get our shoulders and our triceps. I'm going to start with my left arm across the top, gently pulling on the left shoulder. You release your left arm. Let's get the right. Ooh. I hear breathing helps. It's just science. All right, let's release the right. Let's get our left arm behind the head, pulling the left elbow. And maybe get your head out of the way so you can pull on it a little bit more. Let's get the other side. All right, let's release the right arm. And then let's do a standing side stretch. So I'm gonna bring my feet together, stand up nice and tall. Bring the arms up. Give me a little mini reach up towards the ceiling. And let's start on the right. So drop the right arm down to your right side. Kicking out the left hip. Turning the chin into the left elbow. And then active reach with the left arm. And feel the stretch go all the way down your left side to your hip. And as you breathe out, let's return the right arm up to the top and drop the left arm down. Oof. Okay, same thing. Looking up, active reach with the right arm. Ugh. And then as you breathe out, let's bring the left arm back up top. Bring the hands back to heart center. And then let's return to the lower half of our body. Let's do our split leg hamstring stretch. I'm going to start with my left leg out in front. My heels are in line. Arms are up top. And then we're going to swan dive over the straight left leg. Ooh. Okay, remember on this side, you want to drive the right hip towards the left ankle. And every time you breathe out, see if you can sink your torso a little bit lower. And then to exit, let's bend the left knee and then gently come up. Okay, I'm just gonna turn 180 degrees, nice and easy. Let's get the right leg out in front. Let's bring the arms up and then swan dive as you come down over the straight, ooh, much tighter right leg. For me anyways. Yeah, but same thing every time you breathe out, so you can relax and drive the left hip towards the right ankle and stretch out that right hamstring a little bit more. Ooh. All right, and then let's bend the right knee and come on up. Ooh. Let's get a hip stretch before we do any moving stuff. So I'm going to come down to my left knee. Okay, untuck my left foot behind me. Right foot's planted in front. Okay, one for the left hip flexor. So rotate that hip forward. Okay, add the left arm. You want to pull it from the top and the bottom. Ooh. This feels good for everyone. No one is immune from the hip flexor. Okay, give yourself one last reach. Rotate maybe a little bit further with the hip. Ooh. And then let's relax. Let's switch sides. Maybe very slowly. All right, anyhow, left foot's planted in front. rotating the hip. I'm gonna reach my right arm up. Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to hold the table behind me today. It's add a little balance action. Ooh. All right, let's hold this one for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's relax. And then let's stand back up. Let's do our moving options. So come to the front of your mat. Let's bring the feet, legs together, stand up tall. Bring the arms up, reach for the ceiling. And let's do 2 warm-up swan dives. So let's swan dive down towards the ground, towards your toes. Coming up to flat back, rest the hands on the shins or the knees. And then exhale, round out your back, and then reverse swan dive. Till the hands are at the top. That's 1. Let's do 1 more. Swan dive down. Come up to flat back. Okay, exhale, round out the back, eyes up, head up, reverse swan dive. Legs are straight and strong. Okay, hands at the top. Let's swan dive down for a 3rd time. Ooh, feel that lower back. Up to flat back. And then as you breathe out here, let's plant the palms of the mat and step back to plank. Give me a chaturanga down, elbows at your sides and into upward dog. Okay. Come back into plank and you can push up here if you'd like. In for first downward dog of the day. Love this one. Okay, fingers are spread, pushing your chest towards your feet. Engage in your calves. And then let's bend the left knee and drive the right heel down a little bit more. Focusing on just the right. Okay, let's switch sides. Let's bend the right knee, drive the left heel down. Okay, shoulder starting to feel a little bit. Hanging in there. Let's switch sides back to the right. One more time on the left. So our right knee's bent. Okay, let's straighten up both legs. Let's do a sun salutation and then we'll do our crescent pose. So gently step the feet towards the hands and then reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. As you exhale, round out your back, plant both palms back into plank, and then chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank, push up here and into downward dog. And then we'll start on the left side today. So bring your feet together. Let's float the left leg up into the air. And then swing your left leg through and plant it in front. Bring the arms and torso up for crescent pose. Hold it there for just a second. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt. Hopefully I don't tilt over. Oh, you know, I'll do it later. I'm sure it's about to come off. All right. Reach the back heel down towards the mat. And then bring the palms together at heart center. And let's transition into prayer twist on the left. Press your right elbow towards your left knee. Hands are stacked. Breathing. Just gently come out of prayer twist back to crescent pose. Okay, arms are reaching for the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, let's return the palms back down to the mat. Step the left leg back to plank. Let's chaturanga down into our upward dog. Okay, back to plank, and then step the feet forward. Give me a reverse swan dive. The hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhale, rounding out the back. Palms back down. Step back to plank. And let's chaturanga down. Upward dog. Back to plank. Push up here if you like. And into downward dog. And then let's get the right side. So feet and legs together. Let's float the right leg up into the air. Swing it through and plant it in front. Come into crescent pose on the right. Okay, your right knee should be tracking over your right ankle. Okay, holding it there for just a moment. I was successful in taking out the sweatshirt that time. Go me. All right, left heel should be reaching down towards the mat. Arms reaching up towards the ceiling. And then let's come into prayer twist on the right. So bring the hands together at heart center and press the left elbow into the right knee. Right elbow is facing the ceiling. Whew. And we're breathing. And then let's bring the arms back up for crescent pose. And let's bring the arms and torso back down to the ground. Plant both palms. Bring that right leg back to plank. Let's chaturanga down. Do an upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Step the feet towards the hands. First sun salutation, reverse swan dive. And then the swan dive back down. Ooh, feeling that lower back today. Up to flat back. Exhale, round at the back, plant both palms, back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank, push up here, and into downward dog. And let's do our warrior sequence. We're back on the left side, feet together. Float the left leg up into the air and swing it on through. Plant it in front. And as the arms come up, that right heel comes down. Okay. Make sure your arms are parallel. No flaring at the elbow. And then let's, from warrior one, go to warrior two. Arms front and back. Okay, the palms and arms should be parallel to the ground. All right, let's go into reverse warrior. So left arm reaches towards the back of the room. Right hand is resting gently on the right leg. Let's return to warrior two. Okay, let's go into triangle pose. So reach forward as far as you can with the left arm. If you can't reach any further, drop the left arm down to the ground. Right hand is reaching up towards the ceiling. All right, let's do the pretzel variation today. So right arm behind the lower back. Left arm reaches underneath that left leg. Let's hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hand. Left hand back down to the ground. Right arm reaches up. And then pop back up into warrior two. And then briefly straighten up the left leg. A little bit of relief. Let's dip back into a straight leg, reverse warrior. And then let's re-bend that left knee back to standard reverse warrior. And then arms front and back for warrior two. And then let's bring the right arm or both arms up towards the ceiling for warrior one. And then let's bring everything back down. Back heel comes up, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down. And do an upward dog. Back to plank, push over here if you like. And then back into downward dog. Okay, skipping the sun salutation in this variation. Then we're going to hit the right side. So bring both feet together. Let's float the right heel up into the air. Swing the right leg through. Come into warrior one on the right. Woo. We're breathing. Rather, I'm breathing. All right. Arms front and back for warrior two. Okay, make sure you're down and low into that warrior two. Choose your own adventure though. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. Reach for the back of the room with those right fingertips. And then return to warrior two. And let's reach forward with those right fingertips. Reach, 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 reach. And then drop the right arm down. Left fingertips reach up for that triangle pose. Let's get a fun little variation. Let's do the, we forgot what it's called, but reach the left arm above your head towards the front of the room. Extended triangle pose is what it's called. All right, return that left arm up to the top briefly, and then drop your left arm behind your lower back. Reach underneath your right leg with your right arm. Just like the other side, we'll hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your hands, right arm return to the ground. And then let's pop back up into warrior two. Okay, let's straighten up that front leg for a little relief on the right quad. And then dip back into reverse warrior. And then re-bend that right knee. Back to warrior two. Swing that left arm forward and up for warrior one. And then bring the arms and torso back down as that back heel comes up. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Okay, back to plank. And then step the feet towards the hands for our sun salutation. So reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive all the way down. Up to flat back. And then exhale, rounding out the back, planting both palms. Step back to plank. And then chaturanga down. And drop the body all the way down to the mat. But push your torso up for cobra. Okay, since the lower half of your body is on the mat, see if you can push a little bit more. Feel your belly, your core stretch out. Oof. Hello. All right. Let's lower yourself back down to the mat. Okay, you need to use your knees. Let's return to a plank position. And then step the feet towards the hands. We're going to go in a chair pose. So arms extend out overhead. Ooh, definitely feel my lower back today. That's interesting. The hardest chair pose I've ever had to do. Anywho, arms are straight and strong, legs, knees, quads, feet together. And then let's straighten up our whole body. I'm going to turn to the front just so I'm facing you. And then let's get off the heels onto the toes if you can. Ooh. Sorry, I'm still surprised about my lower back. Hopefully it goes away. I have a feeling it's not ever going to go away. All right, let's lower the heels back down gently. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's do a twisting chair pose to the left. Ooh, so press the right elbow into the left knee. Okay, really bend at the knees, drop your bottom down. Relax the breath. And then we'll come back to center and then reach back up towards the ceiling, onto the toe. Stare at a stationary spot on your wall for added balance. Okay, and then in 3, 2, 1, let's lower the heels down. Hands come back to center as we come into twisting chair pose on the right. All right, let's bring the hands back to center. And for the third time, let's straighten back up onto the toes. Okay, really reach for the ceiling with the hands. Ooh. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's lower the heels down, bring the hands back to center. Let's have a seat. Oh. Ooh. All right, let's get ready for table.
I'm just giving a shout out to my big toe for really stepping up there. She's back, baby. She's not 100%, but she's
Stepping
back.
up. All right, let's plant the feet in front of us, hands behind us. Ooh. I might even take an Advil today. Huh. Fun fact, I only take one Advil, 200 milligrams, and I'm toasty for the whole day. Anyhow, press your hips towards the ceiling. Ooh. Feel those shoulders. I feel the everything. You name it. And table has it. All right, in 3, 2, 1. As you breathe out, let's lower yourself back down to the mat. Okay, keeping the lower half of the body where it is. Let's lie down on our backs. Let's go into bridge. So clasp your hands underneath you. Roll on to the shoulders. Push the floor away with your feet. Okay. Push the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Ooh, this one actually feels really good for the lower back. All right, one vertebra at a time. Lower yourself back down. Nice and controlled. Ooh. All right, the eagle has landed. Let's get our glutes. So I'm going to keep my left foot planted. Bring my right ankle onto my left knee or my left quad. Let's grab the left shin. Let's do 3 long exhales, really focusing on each glute individually. So let's breathe in through the nose. And then long breath out. I'm gonna relax the lower half of the body, really let the stretch take over. Number 2, let's breathe in. Exhale. Ooh, that right side's starting to feel nice and loose. All right, last time here, let's breathe in through the nose and out to the mouth. And let's release the left leg, plant the right foot down, get the left ankle into place, or left leg into place. Let's reach and grab for the right shin. Ooh, that left glute's starting to feel it too. Let's repeat those 3 breaths. So breathe into the nose and breathe out to the mouth. And number 2, breathe in. Long, controlled breath out. Last time here, breathe into the nose. And then release. And you can let go of your right shin, but stay in your back for happy baby. Let's bring both legs up into the air. You can either grab your big toes or the outside parts of the feet, pulling the knees in towards the underarms. Once you're in position, roll side to side, massaging your spine against your mat. Ooh. Okay. Still rocking side to side. And let's release the feet, legs back down to the mat. Oof. Let's get a nice supine twist. So I'm going to start with my left knee. Let's hug the left knee in towards your chest. Enjoying that little stretch here. And then let's pull the left knee over to the right side of our body. Extend out your left arm out to the left. Ugh. Feel the whole spine twist. Oh my goodness. And just like the glute stretch, every time you breathe out, relax your body. Let the twist get a little bit deeper. Let's do a last deep breath together. So breathe into the nose and breathe out to the mouth. Nice. Let's return the left leg back to center. Oh, let's hug the right knee in. Enjoying this little stretch. Okay, let's pull the right knee over to the left side of our body. Extend out our right arm. Let's all groan together, even though you two are muted. So breathe into the nose, and then groan like you're dying. Ugh. Oh my goodness, this feels great. All right, let's gently return the right leg back over. Ugh. I don't want to sit back up yet, but we must. Let's sit up. Let's. Yeah, take your time though. Let's get the hamstrings again. So I'm going to do my left leg first. Right heel is in towards the soft tissue. I'm going to flex the left foot so the left toes are facing the ceiling. Arms up top. And then exhale over the straight left leg. Ugh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. And every time you breathe out, see if you can pull yourself towards your left knee or towards your left foot. Ooh. All right. Let's release the left side. Switch legs. Oh, so the right leg is out in front. Left heel is in. Arms are up top. And then exhale over the straight right leg. Uh, we're still stretching just the right side. We'll do both sides together right after this. All right, let's release the right side, keeping the right leg where it is. Let's add the left leg next to it. And then let's return the arms up top. And then exhale over both legs. Ooh. Mm. Okay, give me one last reach. And then as you release the breath, straighten back up. Let's get another one for our spine since our legs are already in position. Let's plant the right foot on the outside part of the left knee. Okay, turn clockwise. I've always liked this one because it also adds the glute stretch with the spine stretch. Love me some efficiency. All right, continue to twist to the right, maybe pushing into the ground with the right fingertips, right palm. Give yourself one last push here, and then come back to center. Okay. Extend out the right leg, plant the left foot. Let's wrap the right arm around your left knee. And let's do everything in reverse. Twisting to the left, feeling the left glute stretch out. All right, let's do one deep breath here. So let's breathe in through the nose. And then twist the left as you breathe out. Really go for the gold here. And then let's unwind. Get the left foot out of position. Let's do our pigeon pose. So gently return to a push-up position. I'm going to start with my right leg. So plant the right foot behind the left wrist and then drop both knees down. Untuck the left foot. We're all know what we're doing here. So find the position that works best for you. Ooh. Maybe we'll hold this one for another 20 seconds or so. Plant both palms in front. Gently push the torso up. Let's reach back behind us with the left arm. Okay, pulling the left heel. Adding the left quad stretch. Oh. Okay, give yourself one last pull on the left foot. And then release it back down. Turn to a plank position. Ooh. And then let's step forward with the left leg. Drop both knees down. Untuck the right foot. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Stay here for another 20 seconds or so. All right, let's plant both palms in front. And reach back behind us with the right arm, pull in the right heel. Ooh. Now let's release that right foot. Let's do our closing sequence. Oh my goodness. Let's sit on the heels. Spread your knees about as wide as your mat. Taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring yourself forward, resting your forearms and hands on the mat for child's pose. You begin to relax your breath, relax the whole body. Good one, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, come forward and rotate onto your back. Ugh. Or corpse pose. Okay, arms are at your sides. Close your eyes here. Do a body scan. See how your body feels today. Let's go for 60 seconds, and I won't say anything in 3, 2, 1. And that was about a minute. Let's reach the arms above. Point the toes at the bottom. Do your morning stretch. Okay. Wriggle side to side. Arch your back, do whatever you need to do here. Ooh. Let out another huge groan. And let's roll on to your side and rest your head right on your hands. Settling with the breath even further. Whichever arm is on top, plant that palm against the mat, and let's push ourselves back up. Sitting position. Ugh. Sitting cross-legged, lengthening the spine. Close your eyes if you like. Let's do our 3 audible breaths. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Number 2, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Last one, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Bring our hands to heart center. You may repeat after me. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's return or bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. Then returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friend.
Thank you, friends.
Thank you.
Good day.
Good to see you both. Everybody.
You as well. Oh,
All right.
Yeah. Lots of audible noises today.
audible noises. I don't know. All of a sudden, my lower back was sore. Ooh.